Good afternoon, Boulder Rotary. Sorry, I got a little heavy hand there on that. Jared Reese will lead us in the pledge and the four-way test.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're doing this a little differently today, so let's see. Before you think, say, or do something, ask yourself, is it true? Is it fair to everyone? Will it help build friendships? Will it be good for everyone? I'm not sure if that's a...
Thank you. And George Garmany is here, and he will introduce today's guests and visitors.
If you are a guest, or the host of a guest, or a visiting Rotarian, please remain standing, or stand up. Yeah, we're going to go around this way.
Thank you. I've got my wife with me today, the Reverend Carol Simpson, the nurture team leader at Pine Street Church in downtown Boulder, and the daughter of a former president of the Manhattan Rotary Club.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's see, who else? Is that it? There are no others today? Well, great to have you here. Enjoy your Earth Day, and I will turn this over to Vanessa in case we have some online visitors.
Welcome to everybody who's joining us on Zoom today. If you are a visitor on Zoom and I haven't seen you, would you unmute yourself and say hi? Alrighty. I don't believe we have any visitors joining us today, but enjoy the program and have a wonderful Friday. Thanks.
Thank you. So welcome to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon, whether you're here in the room with us or on Zoom. Today is Earth Day. It's a very special day across the globe. It is it's a time where we reflect on the education of sustainability and environmental impact. And like Rotary, there are many different facets of Earth Day. One of those facets is actually peace building. So I'd like to have Randy Butler come up here and give us an update on the Peace Builder Committee. They just recently had a visioning session, and it's been requested of me to make sure that we're starting to get more committees involved so the breadth of the club can hear about what each committee is doing. And I'd like to take this opportunity for Randy to talk a little bit about peace and start that process.
Wow, thank you, Chad, and thanks for the invitation. Greetings from the Peace Builders. So I think it's always good if you're talking about visioning and what are y'all doing in the world of peace building to look back at how were we constituted? What was our purpose? And I don't know how many of you know that Boulder Rotary Club was the first peace builder club in Colorado? Just a few. Because we're a peace builder club, we have a peace builder committee. And on our website, it says this, in fact, it actually calls us the Boulder Rotary Peace Action Group, which I think is pretty cool, fosters peace and addresses the causes of conflict, including poverty, inequality, ethnic tension, lack of access to education, and unequal distribution of resources. So what that says to us is basically almost every committee here is involved in peace building because we're all doing projects that address these things. On the Rotarian Action Group for Peace website, when it describes a peace builder clubs, it says peace builder clubs commit to engage in dialogues and projects that promote positive peace, both in their communities and across the globe. So how are we going about doing that? We did a visioning session about 10 or so days ago, 2 weeks ago. Am I right, Gary? And And some of what emerged is to seek ways to make the International Walk of Peace, which we will be on this afternoon, sometime after 2:30. Am I right, Lori? But seek to make it a more effective platform for peace building. And this could include things like organized walks for conversations and dialogues, And it could also include, what do you call those little codes, Gary, that we put? QR codes. I lost that. By the way, these are my hastily written notes because my printed notes fell off my bike with my saddlebag somewhere en route. And I got off and went, I won't say what I said. But we also talked about engaging in dialogues within the club and between clubs to build mutual understanding and enable constructive conversations about very sensitive issues in this. And I guess it's okay to add, after all, it is a very difficult time of division and polarization, and maybe we can do something about that. And I will tell you personally, now a personal word, not speaking for the committee, the reason I joined this club is because Gary Kahn said to me, why aren't you a member of the Boulder Rotary Club? And I said, why should I be? And he says, well, you know, Rotary's #1 new area of focus is peace building. And I thought, wow, that's an enormous network of clubs to be activated to build the kind of peace that those statements of purpose talk about. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Randy, and thank you, Peace Builders, for all the great work you do in our club. Sally Brown and Kitty DeKeefer, I don't know if Sally's here, but Kitty DeKeefer is here, and we're going to have a quick update on the Service Above Self dinner, which will be held on May the 6th, Friday night, at the Boulder Country Club. It is our first fundraiser event since the onset of COVID, so I hope everyone can come out and have a good time, enjoy some fellowship, help raise some money, and have all in all a great time, right? I mean, that's what this is about.
Well, my partner in crime is on her way over here, so I thought maybe I had a few minutes, darn. First off, I want to say thank you to all of you who have signed up so far. We have over 160 people attending, which is probably the most we've ever had. So kudos to all of you. We have about 7 spots left. So I would recommend today that you grab me and let me know if you would still like to come, because we're going to be sold out. So that's really fun. So we're excited about it. We hope to make lots of money on this event. The reason my dear friend is late is because she's been doing a lot of the filming of the nominees. So I think you're going to be really excited about the work that they have done in the community. So thank you all. We're excited about this. I want you to bring your wallets to spend money, to give money. And don't forget, we need cash for more drinks. You can't have credit cards. So thank you, Chad.
You know, Kitty and I were talking earlier this week about the dinner, and there have been a few very slight hiccups. And she said, don't worry, we're going to get this ironed out for next year, because we're planning to do this, you know, this is going to be an annual thing. And I said, if it's going to get better next year, based on the way it's going this year, I don't even know what next year will look like, because the way that this is being handled it's really professional, and it's going to be a great event. A few announcements. If you will take out your phones, scan that QR code. That will take you to a survey. It takes about 5 minutes to complete, and that survey is critical for our club's May the 2nd visioning session, which we're going to hold at the Museum of Boulder. We just figured that out today, so we're excited to be at the museum to go through our visioning. So the 2 requests that we have are to, number 1 is complete that survey. It is completely anonymous. Your answers are not going to be attributed to your name. And then second, let either Cassidy or me know if you would like to be involved in the visioning session on Monday night, May the 2nd. That's going to be at the Museum of Boulder from 4 to 8 p.m. Everyone got that? Perfect. Next slide. Do you know what these 4 things have in common? So that's the Rotarian magazine. That is the February, March, April, and May edition. And those 4 magazines were completely art directed by our own David Allen. David Allen did the art designs, the photos and illustrations. He did the entire layout for the cover as well as the interior. So I'd like to give Dave Allen a big congratulations because that's pretty cool. A couple of other notes. The membership committee needs contributors, voices, ideas. We are having a meeting on Tuesday at 4 p.m. The link is in the rib, so if you're interested in helping on the membership committee, please just join the link, let me know, let Jeannie know, let Ben know, and we will get you hooked up. Battle of the Books also needs 2 volunteers for the 2:30 to 5:30 time slot. That is going to be on the 30th? The 30th of April, thank you, at the Flatiron Meadows School in Erie. So again, that's next weekend. Either you're at the district conference or you're filling one of those last 2 slots that Linda Niels needs. Those are really your only 2 options. Finally, we have an update on Jam Fest. It was a great success last week. The Interact clubs raised $2,500 for the Marshall Fire victims. So congratulations for that.
Singing the song of angry men. It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight and we'll give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Ponižetimus domulvini upošamus sadu, modlitimus za Boha nikovajemus nju, hajdano se vemo povenjemo slavu svoju. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Do you hear the people sing, lost in the valley of the night? It is the music of the people who are climbing to the light. For the wretched of the earth, there is a flame that never dies. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. They will live again in freedom in the garden of the Lord. We will walk behind the plowshare, we will put away the sword. The chains will be broken and all men will have their reward. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Somewhere beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Do you hear the people sing? Say, do you hear the distant drums? It is the future that they bring when tomorrow comes.
While David was talking, I got a news brief from CNN, and I'm just going to read it to you real quick. Yes, kids can change the world. Climate change, racism, poverty, whatever the issue, there are plenty of ways to get children involved. That came in 31 minutes ago. Thought it was kind of cool. And David, you used the word hope. To me, that's what that says, that there is hope. And I think hope is the first step for change. So it was great to hear your message today. Next up is the Bill Anderson segment of the program. We're going to start with the raffle. 725-685. Cassidy. Thank you for taking Bill's ticket. Now I'd like to have Bill come up here and transition Jared Reese from his red badge to his blue badge.
I'm just a little bit bitter about losing this week. Really felt like I had it. I'm so pleased to reintroduce Jared Reese to the club. Jared's originally from Philadelphia. He's the youngest of 4. 3 girls and then Jared. He's married to his wife, Kristen, of almost 20 years now. And they have 3 older girls and 1 younger boy. Jared graduated from the George Washington University with a double major in philosophy and criminal justice. Looked for a second like he might go to med school, but he changed and went in the direction of law school. First 2 years at BU and then 3rd year as a visiting student at the University of Pennsylvania. Upon graduation, he practiced in litigation for several years and slowly over time narrowed his areas of focus into business work, general counsel work, and then ultimately healthcare-related software development. And that's where his work focuses now, more as a businessman, I think he'd say, than as a lawyer. Jared's been in the Boulder area for about 10 years now, and was looking for ways to get more involved. The Boulder Rotary Club is one of the ways that he's chosen. He's also the secretary of the Devil's Thumb Homeowners Association. And he said that he got involved in Rotary in part to be an example of service to his children. On a personal note, I've known Jared since we were 18. We were college friends and have remained close. He's one of my closest friends. So I think it's, and I'm speaking now a little bit as the head of the Red Badge Committee, Rotary is a gift. It's a gift to us, but it's also one that we can give to our friends and family and loved ones. Gary is exceptionally good at that, but we could all sort of work to do that more. So I'm thoroughly excited to reintroduce Jared, who was sponsored by Chad and I, and his wife is next on my list. If you're watching, Kristen, I'm coming for you.
What a great time to roll the videotape.
The District 5450 WASH Local Action Group was created in 2011 to join together District 5450 Rotarians and other professionals with an interest in international water, sanitation, and hygiene projects and programs. You may remember I promoted it last October, one of my highlights. This year, we need your help because Charlotte and Lynn are putting together October 2022's Symposium Now, but they need your help. From logistics to awards, you can help spread the word about the need for more access to clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. Contact Charlotte or Lynn if you're able to help for this year's symposium in October. I know I'm looking forward to the big promo, but you gotta wait at least a few months. Once every 3 years, Boulder Rotary does a visioning. Where do we want to go? What do we want to accomplish in the next 3 years? This year, we're doing it again, May 2nd. How can you help? You can help by letting club leadership know what your thoughts are. Inside this last week's newsletter, The Rib, there's a section that looks just like this. That yellow button down there, complete the visioning survey. Takes no more than 4 or 5 minutes, and today is the last day to complete it. So go ahead and do that right now. Pull out your phones, complete the survey, visioning survey in the Rib. Boulder Rotary investigative reporter Mike Brady here, ready to interview Bill Anderson, an unusually high number of wins on the Boulder Rotary raffle. Come with me as we interview him.
You guys randomly materialize here.
Mike Brady, Boulder Rotary investigative reporter and camerawoman Cassidy Murphy here to interview. Come on in.
Were you aware this was happening? Oh, you were?
So, Boulder Rotary wants to know, you've won an unusually high number of raffles. What do you have to say for yourself?
I credit the lack of haircuts with my success in the raffle.
Okay, I'm surprised you don't have more wins. Okay, so you realize that the money goes towards scholarship for kids. Mm-hmm. And when you take those checks, when you give the checks back, you give even more money to those kids. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm proud of myself.
You make me sick. So what do you attribute your win status to? I mean, like, how do you win every week?
Cheating.
Yes. If the answer is you play every week in order to win and encourage others to do the same, would that be also maybe one of the reasons?
Yes. They say you can't win if you don't buy a ticket, but you also can't win if you don't buy 3 tickets.
Oh, and if you buy 6, would it be twice as good?
Yes, that is the math that I did in my head right there.
Okay, smart guy right over there. Bill Anderson, winner of the Boulder raffle. Boulder Rotary investigates.
Our perception of each other in our society can affect everything from our thoughts to our interactions, and some of those interactions have significant repercussions. Next Friday, Josh Carell, an associate professor of social psychology and neuroscience at CU Boulder, will talk about his exploration of how people mentally represent faces in their own minds, including the faces of people who belong to their own race and those who belong to other racial groups. Professor Carell's findings challenge these long-held assumptions about representation that have guided the field of psychology, but which surprisingly have little empirical support. His research also addresses the idea that cross-race contact can alter the way people represent faces of other racial groups. Professor Carell focuses primarily on how we react to members of racial and ethnic outgroups. He's particularly interested in the tendency to associate such outgroups with threat and in the ways that this association affects attention, face processing, and ultimately behavior. It's going to be a great program. Hope to see you next Friday. All together now.
Have a great weekend.
A couple of points about the brew. I've clearly been waiting for that segment to run a very long time. That was great. Second of all, the visioning session survey, the link in the rib was not working properly. So we're going to keep it open a few more days. If for some reason you go to fill that out and it's not working, just shoot me an email and I'll get you the correct link for that. George Russell, do we have birthdays?
Yes, we have one birthday guy. I'm going to knock on for his
Microphone coming.
microphone's coming.
It's coming. I'm not sure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, 7 10s and a 3 is the age that I be. I've not aged at all, as best that I can see. Of course, the problem is my point of view. You look at me, and I only see you. With a passel of years bathed in my wake, reflection I've garnered the time to partake. 3/5 of my life spent in Rotary's fold. And with the drive we all share, it's hard to act old. So I'm here to thank you, members of this club, and all who have joined me to Rotary's Hub. There's something else coming. Don't worry, there's a senior moment here. I'm 73, I got it right? So George, Master Bard, here's a check in your hands, advancing, I hope, this club's scholarship plans. There's $1 for each year since this guy was coined, and 45 more for the years since I joined. Thanks, gang.
Thank you. Be sure and sit at the birthday table close to your birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike. Rolling the credits on today, Michael Weatherwax and Kat Stinson met us at the door, so thank you for that. Thanks to Jean and Jim for the desk. Thanks to Kitty for handling the raffle. Thanks to Vanessa, Fred, Lynn, and Cassidy for meeting management. And I'd like to have everyone give them a big round of applause, because I don't know if everybody realizes this, but this is a professional organization here. The work they do is really professional. And I started to think about that last week on the drive home. The screen, the band, all the interactions, the videos, the JPEGs, it's really remarkable what you all do, so thank you. We will see you across town in about an hour. There are QR codes on the tables that you can scan for the program, which will be held at the library at 2:30. Meeting adjourned.